And we're live.
Got a shaky start there, huh?
I don't know. Must be gremlins in our program tonight. I tell
I
you what.
deleted that short one that was on there while they're just going, so.
All right, good. So yeah, if you were tuned into the first one, yeah, well, that wasn't it. So, hey, me and Jamie were on again. Hey, we're gonna be doing this for a few weeks, I think. So that's good to have you on. And Deke did
Yeah.
give us a badass. So I think we'll try to play
Okay.
that a little bit later. It's about 7 minutes and 50 seconds. I previewed it. I'm telling you, that was pretty damn good again. But when isn't? Hey, Brian, good to have you on. I did catch a little bit of the 701 Nation and sausage. Sausage, but we were down in the hills ice fishing, so I still have not had a chance to watch the whole thing, but I've watched bits and pieces. I thought that was a great show, guys.
It was fun. Thanks, Clay. We did. It's nice. It's nice doing it with you. So when I'm sharing stuff here. Once we get live, I don't have to.
Yeah. So
There. Now I'm done.
whoever called me, sorry, I'm live. Thanks for listening.
I always love that, right? When you get, especially, I like it with somebody you know calls. You're like, oh
Yeah.
wow, thanks for supporting the show. Appreciate that.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate that. So I'll tell you what. Let's get this baby started like we do every single show, and that's with our Second Amendment: a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And it only goes for United States citizens. And we'll give you a little teaser because that's coming up later in the show. There you go, Jamie. Perfect. So we're going to have a new banner made with the new logo.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So, hey, Dan Brown, good to have you on. He says, good evening, MVs. I don't know, does that apply anymore, though, to us now that we got a new leader?
Yeah, I mean, not as much for sure, right? But we're gonna keep that though. We like that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, them scuzzbags will be back calling us out. I mean,
I'm telling you, they never go away, do they? Ever.
no.
This is a reprieve.
I mean, some of them might, which you're gonna find out later in the show here.
Yeah, well, so I mean, it's just kind of like today. We weren't pregnant. We were bang vaccinating heifers, and the vet showed up with these new radio. They're called RFID, radio frequency ID tag, and said that we had to put them in. I said, no, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure because I've been working on this, and I found out I was right as usual on stuff like this. This guy didn't know. I imagine what's happening at that particular veterinarian clinic is that's what they want to use, and the USDA has decided to accept them for this kind of a vaccination with that ear tag. That's fine with Andy. I don't want them in my cattle. I don't need them in my cattle.
You got to get that sucker closer to your mouth, Clay. It's hard as hell to hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
There you go. There you perfect. I hate to have you lean forward like that, but it's really hard to hear you.
Man, I can't. I got my gains.
But you know what I'd do, Clay, instead of those RFID ear tags?
Yeah.
I just get a hold of Horton Laser, custom laser engraving, and have them do their ear tags that way. I saw they did that on their Facebook page. That looks pretty slick.
Yeah, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was that they want you to do these electronic ones so they can just scan them and have all your information. I was like, no, I don't want that.
Oh, see, I got Horton doing my shit, man.
Yeah. It's just, I get tired of it. It's fine. If you want to use them, knock yourself out. But right now, anything under 18 months of age in a heifer, a female, basically a beef cow, or any of them really, you do not need to have them in there. I knew I was right. So that just kind of pissed me off because it made me spend an hour making damn sure I was right on this like I thought I was because I was on the phone with the right people. And the thing is, I've been working on this a little bit the last few weeks with some of our legislators and some of our congressmen, and I can tell you where they stand. They're with us, and this USDA ruling, I imagine, is going to be reversed here as soon as it works its way through the chain when we get our new people in there. Anyway, so there's my soapbox for tonight.
Well, you want to give everybody a little update on what happened on the Senate floor today here with, 21, House Senate Bill 2130? Is that what it is, the baiting bill, the cheating bill?
Here it is. I'll put it right up there. So the Senate Bill 2170 or 37 was voted on, 31 yay, 15 nay. So the 15 communists are in red there. Axman, Beckendall, Boshi, Brown. I don't need Cleary, you know what? Cleary's really pissing me off, old Sean.
Yeah, I mean, he's man. I mean, Sean talked a good game with me before he was elected, and I get along with him real well. But he's done a lot of votes that I definitely he did. I actually talked to him, Clay. He called me last week, and he said he'd come on and talk about this stuff when it was done. So,
well, that's fine. Well, I'm on, but I'm not going to play footsie with him. I'm going to ask.
No, I mean yeah, I was very disappointed to see he was. I mean, you know, I was very disappointed to see he was a no vote on that. Well, I'm glad. What I am glad is it really got its ass kicked in the voting.
It did. It's over a 2-1 on that, and so now that moves into the House, which has got a better chance of probably passing the House. And what that means is we've had our private property rights restored. They've taken the fake science that they're using to push CWD, and said, nope. We as senators are listening. We're listening to you, and we're not going to do it. So they passed the bill that will allow us to now bait. If it passes, I know the governor will sign it.
Oh yeah.
And if it passes, this is fantastic. If it comes out of the House.
So Roars Jones was a yes on this, and my man Sean was a no.
Yeah, that's surprising, huh?
Wow, man, I got to know why he did that. I got to be honest with you, Clay. When I talked to Sean, we talked about that antelope bill. He's one of the sponsors of which that thing's going to get crushed. I don't even know if it's going to come out of committee.
I don't know if it is either now.
Man, I get the feeling that he doesn't really know. And I'm not saying he's definitely not a dumb guy. I just don't get the feeling that he really gets. He's like a big hunter and he understands what's going on with this, really. And I think maybe he was easily manipulated that this was a cheating thing, or maybe I could be dead wrong. But I mean, just by talking to him about hunting, I
don't know.
He's never hunted deer. I know he's told me that, so I don't know that he. Like I said, he's a bird hunter, he's a wing shooter.
The few conversations I've had with Sean off and on, to me, Sean, and I don't know him, and that's fine. And I know him. I talked to him that evening at Kelly's deal. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, I think he's a very easily persuaded person one way or the other, and I think he does put a lot more trust in agencies, not just game and fish, all of them, than he does we the people. He's got to come on.
He's got to come on with the boys a little more.
And I'll ask him that. Do you trust the people that elected you? Do you want to represent their views, or do you want to represent established, embedded government agency bureaucrats? Because I don't trust bureaucrats.
Yeah,
but I got to give a shout out. I know he doesn't listen, but Don Shivel, he's my senator in District 31.
Maybe he doesn't.
A lot of differences, but I'm telling you right now, he got this one right. He voted yes.
Thanks, Don.
And of course, a good friend of mine, Jeff Magrum, right in there, voted yes on this. Erberly did the right thing, and he's carried our property rights bills in the past. So, and then Keith Bain. I mean, Keith is really good on this stuff generally. So that's just a few of the guys I wanted to point out because they've been pretty good on stuff like this, especially in private. And to me, it is a private property rights issue. Hey, Trampus, good to see you tonight. Sorry, I didn't.
Hey, Trampus.
Josh, good to have you here.
What's up, Josh? Hey, Clay, it's Saturday night by this time. We're going to have a champion of the Brain Bucket Challenge. By the way, Clay, Clay told me somebody was emailing him saying that we were promoting with the Brain Bucket Challenge. What's the word I'm looking for, Clay? Not on the level. What's the word I'm looking at? Like you're not doing
it right. You're
yeah. What's the word I'm looking for though? Like nefarious, promoting unlawful harvesting of deer animal.
That'd be a good way to put it.
Right. So it is illegal to shoot from a road from your vehicle like that unless you have a special handicap. Lighten up, Francis. We're having a little fun with this because we all know people do it. We've seen people do it. Yeah. I can honestly tell you, Clay, I've personally never shot, not even at a deer out of a vehicle, and I'm not thinking I'm high and mighty for it. I just never have. I've never done it. I don't really care if somebody does it. But, yeah, we're having a little fun. Yes. We know people do that, and like I said before, you get a doe tag, I'm going to do a headshot on them. Okay, and I mean, that was the whole premise is we have a little fun with it. And then, of course, you get a prize with it if you win, too. So.
And Leighton's coming up there with me. I think he's bringing his 7. He's just hooked on that 7mm08 now. So I told him, as well, here's what we're going to be doing. He says, we're just going to hop out. You can take your position and shoot. And that's how it's going to go. And he goes,
10 seconds. You're going to have 10 seconds.
He says, kind of like when we really go hunt. I go, no BS. He was just going to be like I think he's a little chip off the old block that way. But hey, I gotta get this one. This one's funny. Kelsey, dude, stop ignoring my call. I'm trying to extend your car warranty. That was too
And
like
Kelsey did confirm with me tonight. He will be there. He's got a new scope on the AR-15, 18-inch barrel stainless. He's ready. He's ready to come here and leave home with some hardware.
Well, I'm glad I'll be able to beat him on Saturday.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of confident people in this one. I like it.
Anyway, hey, Lynette, she says, sorry, tune in late. Is this being able to put corn down for deer on your property? Yes. I mean, you were never banned from doing that. You know, you could put down that, but you couldn't hunt over. So one was okay. One
Yeah, you could take pictures of them.
Yeah, but you couldn't hunt, and that's why it was so absurd, honestly. Let's see. 18 wheels and a dozen 6-shooters. It's only illegal if you get caught. That's right. That's right. And of course, we're finding out there's a lot of people from the past the southern border getting caught now. So,
Yeah. Oh, Josh says it was probably Brock Wall emailing. Yeah, that's the guy who's pushing the antelope thing there, and I'm sure he's involved with this at some.
Oh, ain't he the back hunting or whatever?
Yeah, I looked him up. He tries to make himself look like he's some backcountry, hunting, living off the
Josh
land.
says, I had the boys' rifle out today to check the zero. It's good to go. I'll be out Saturday. All right, Josh. Looking forward to seeing you.
I got a text from Axe. You know what he's using.
Uh-oh.
He's using the 257 Weatherby. He did show me his group, and he dead daggered that golf ball at 100 yards right through the middle on the string. So, he probably jinxed himself by sharing a video with me. So we're gonna find out.
I could pull out the 338 Win Mag, but God, that hurts anymore to shoot. No, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm bringing, and Leighton's dead set on bringing that 7M08, which is
awesome. Man, this is gonna be fun. Hey, and by the way, Clay, the weather looking freaking good. I tell you what, let's do it up to the minute weather check here.
I go.
On what we're gonna have.
I gotta
get here my weather. All right, Saturday. Oh, man, they're dropping the temperature on us, so they got it down to 32. Wind. All right, wind. We're starting at 11:30. They up the wind too, but we're still under 10 miles per hour, and it decreases as the day goes on. So we're starting at 11:30. We're gonna have a 9-mile-an-hour wind, and it hangs around 9. And I mean that's right. Temperature 32. Kickoff time. Let's stick with a little football. Kickoff, man, it's gonna be 25. So I would say it's gonna be a little chilly either way, but not where we're not gonna be able to. So
nothing like it's been though. And
no.
I'm planning to go out tomorrow with me and Leighton, and when he gets home from school, I'll have him out there. We're gonna give her at least make sure we're sighted in good. I'm pretty sure we are. You've seen me with my 270 and my 220, so it'd be one of them two. And I have shot deer with my Swift. In fact, I was a better shooter with it because I had to place my shots.
Well, remember we talked about that when them guys were killing buffalo there in what's the national park in Wyoming, and the guy said out to like 300-400 yards at 220 dumped them better than just about anything.
And it's definitely doable. Put the shot where it needs to be. I mean, that's a moving fast. You can move a bullet pretty.
Doesn't
fast.
matter. We're going headshots, man. You can have a 22 here if you can. Well, that says, kind of like a zoo. Yeah, just like that. The muley doe comes up and nibbles out of your hand there.
Brian says, Mama Joe and I'll be there. You should bring some.
Awesome, Brian.
Cook it up. I'll bring a little deal. We can cook up some sausage.
It's going to be awesome. All right, Clay, should we?
When that says it'll be fine, I have hot chili and goodies. There we go.
Awesome.
So good, doesn't she? So
yes, she does. Appreciate that. She does every time. Appreciate that. Thank you.
She's married to one of the best sponsors we got, right? Repair down there on 309 South Washington. Look at there. Oh, yeah.
Right on, baby.
And I come up Monday. I'm dropping my vehicle off with Axe. He's going to try to fix my lighting problem on my Dodge. So we'll see how that goes.
I'll be there in the morning. Daughter's car needs an oil change, and of course it's a Chevy, so we got to check engine light on. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, that's normal.
I'll be running the 701 rifle in this contest, Clay. Our sponsor built for us, Bloodline Kinetics. I told Jake I'm using the rifle. You better keep your fingers crossed.
And I mean, we picked up a new one here. We picked up Horton Laser Craft. I want to thank them as well. They're making patches for us. They've done the.
Hey, I got an OD green Horton Laser.
absolutely. Oh,
Guns and
Dan's
Sim-
going to be there. All right, Dan. Looking
All right,
forward to
Dan,
it.
what are you shooting, buddy? We want to know. I mean, we're going to ask you on the video anyways. What are you shooting now? I got to know what I got to
And
prepare for.
one of our longtime listeners, I have to put him in.
We
Happy
love you long
birthday to
time.
Eric. Yeah, Eric Newman's birthday is today, so I don't know if he's tuning in because I know they're having a party right now. My son's actually down.
Yeah, how old's Grizz today?
I believe he's 47.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah. Him and Danelle are about 6 months apart, so yeah, I think he's 47.
47 would be good. Well, at least I made it to C53, so.
Well, I'm at 5-0, so.
Yep.
Oh,
5150. Somebody called it Po. What do we got there from Brian?
From Brian, he says, I will be bringing some sausage. There we go.
Yeah,
So
baby.
I'll throw in my little, I have a little thing with like taking my ice fishing shack. If I got a little propane heater, I've got a little frying pan. We can make it happen.
Awesome, man.
All
Kelsey says he's dialing in the scope tomorrow. He showed me he got the big reticle and the tree on there for his drops, and
You know, that's good. I'm glad to hear he's out there finally shooting. He probably hasn't shot it for a year, so we got a big advantage.
it's a brand new rifle.
I got to give him a little crap.
So you know what I'm gonna do, Clay? I decided I'm gonna just start shooting like I used to, just one rifle. Okay, Ruger Predator 6.5 that I won in a raffle. Dan Brown, awesome. I hate to say it, but I think Dan might win it, man. It's gonna be him and Josh at that 6.5. I know it's a.
Hey, you know what? I forgot about that. So, hey, Trampus is on here. Maybe let them guys know, or I can try to give them a call, Tag Firearms, because I won a rifle from the Grant County Fair Board raffle, and it's a 6.5 Creedmoor Howa. So.
Whoa! Hey, good rifles, man. Howas. I had a Howa 308. It was, and I've shot some other Howas. Those suckers are right on them. They're a good gun. My dad's got that new 30-06 Howa, as a matter of fact. And that thing shoots freaking great.
I've got a couple Howas that in fact, we used them in the NRA stuff. But they were a good rifle, a good priced rifle for what they were, and yeah, they shot well. So yeah,
I remember I had that the American flag looking like chassis rifle, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We had that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so are we through all the good stuff now?
we might get back to, but yeah, let's get to our itinerary here.
11:30 a.m. That's Brain Bucket Chow down at Axes. That's Central Time. So if you're in the Mountain Time Zone, remember that Central Time. All right. I don't think there's anything else to announce, is there?
No. All right, let me hit 2 more comments and hit it, Clay. Josh says, "Shit, I can't hit anything. The boy gonna be mad when I jinx his rifle. I won't hit shit anymore." Kelsey says, "I'm not looking to win, just coming over to chili and sausage, brother." All right. Can't blame you for that.
Lane, the NRA banquet in Mandan is generally in the fall. I don't remember. When does he do that? About October, don't he? I'd have to honestly look it up.
It was deer opener last year. So Lynette wants to know, if you guys didn't, it's so, the light hits is funny, but it's Todd Mitchell bought these for me, 50 cal shot glasses, and I said I wasn't gonna have anything till the Brain Bucket Challenge is over, but I lied. I got a little fireball in here. It works great. It's a double shot, made in the USA, Southern something ceramic with a brass coating. It looks a lot better in person, trust me. They work great, Todd. Thank you. I appreciate that, Todd.
Yeah, no, they look good. They look good. I'm gonna give crap to remind it.
Fireball tastes delico out of it. Just for our Spanish brothers.
There you go. Mandan, North Dakota. I'm trying to look this up. Right now, there's not. Oh, there it is. Baymont Inn and Suites. Friday, October 24th, Dakota Rough Riders at 5 p.m. Looks like we have one right now scheduled as well. April 19th, 2025 at 5 p.m. These are all Mountain Time. That's in Grand Forks, North Dakota at the LAUER Center. So that's what they got scheduled right now. Tickets are $55 at the Grand Forks one and $50 at the Dakota Rough Riders.
You and I were talking about getting a table at the Baymont, right, Clay, this fall here?
I think we will. I think it'd be good. So, man, maybe.
I can celebrate that muley buck tag I'm going to draw. And keep doing my Trump dance there.
So I'm just looking here.
Thanks, Jeb. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeb. Yeah. They are right now online. They're only offering $50 tickets, but I'll get a hold of Jeff Mostelski. My brother-in-law runs that, so I'll have to get a hold of him and see exactly.
We want the bro deal then, man.
That's right, right.
Yeah.
Well, we thought about getting a table, and I think if we do that, maybe what we ought to do is I'm pretty sure you and me and my wife will go and yours, right?
Yep. I'll
So
force her to go. She's got to do something I like now and
there
then.
you go. So I don't
Hey, is
know.
Deeks coming up for the brain bucket?
I doubt it. We'll have to see. I don't know. I'll ask him again, but you know why.
You know, it's 20. Hey, it's 8:20. We might as well hit our first commercial, then come back and let everybody know we're going to hit on, Clay.
Sounds good. We'll go ahead and get our first ad up here. Let me find it though. There we go.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and the 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink.
All right, we're back. Hey, Lynette says that's a cool super sipper, JD. What's in there?
Yeah, that's what I was showing her.
Yeah,
It is cool.
there it is.
Yeah, a lot cooler than me. Yeah, Kelsey.
Old Dougie's Vogue pose gets me every time.
Real quick it's back on this year, 20 teams instead of 36. So Dougie's got me and him, him and I, right, John? Him and I. Like, remember that on the pugilist? On the Selfridge Prairie Dog shoot. So hopefully we get drawn and feel like running that camera again, Clay.
Hell yeah, and we're a little better. We got a better one now. So
Yeah, we do. All right.
Looking forward to it. All right. So we should get to what we actually were going to talk about, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm
We had
sure
some
some of you
catching
have heard Thomas Massie. I think I touched a little bit on this last week, but he has reintroduced House Resolution 645. That's the National Constitutional Carry Act. I think this is a great idea.
I like this.
What he said. He goes, he says, I am fortunate to live in a state where people are free to exercise their right to keep and bear arms without begging the government or paying a fee. Absolutely agree. Unfortunately, not every American enjoys this same right to carry firearms in public because some states and localities infringe upon this right through a variety of criminal, civil, and regulatory penalties. By prohibiting state and local restrictions on right to keep and bear arms, H.R. 645 upholds the original purpose of the Second Amendment to ensure the security of a free state while safeguarding the individual liberties against government infringement. Hallelujah, man. And that was his statement. I'll go ahead and let you take it from there. But I love this bill.
Yeah, well, you can. What you're going to be able to do is carry your firearms in states without having your CCW permit, right? You can go from state to state. Oh, you know what the liberals are going to do right away? The left is, you just go to state, your felonies, and you're not supposed to own a gun. No, it's not going to be like. I mean, just like they're doing with Trump right now, they're half-assing it. You're gonna be able to legally be able to own a firearm and possess it and carry it. So that's gonna. Why wouldn't you, Clay? Because it's not like you can go to a different state and then not say what you want, right? Or go to whatever church you want.
Right. It's a constitutional amendment. This is what the difference is on this kind of stuff. It's a constitutional amendment. It's one of the Bill of Rights. It's one of the first 10. Of course, there's 27 other ones. 18th was prohibition. It was rescinded. I'm not going to go in that whole rabbit hole. But anyway, we have a constitution with our rights guaranteed. They should be nationwide and apply. And that's what another part like this. Apply to our territories now that we brought them in, as well as the 10 by 10 square miles of D.C. And if there's any place, let's remember, kind of a privilege for Washington, D.C. to have a mayor and a consul. They don't really have a right to it. I don't know if anyone knows that, and I can prove it constitutionally because Washington, D.C. is basically a ward of Congress. Congress can make any law they want, and it completely applies to D.C., whether they like it or not. Two of the major provisions, and then I looked the whole thing up, but I'm just going to hit on the two that they have.
Yep, go for it.
First provision prohibits any state or political subdivision from imposing criminal or civil penalties on eligible, there's it is, right? Eligible individuals carrying firearms in public. Not criminals, not felons, not illegals as far as I'm concerned, aliens, but by individuals that are eligible, meaning law-abiding citizens, right?
Right.
They can be law-abiding citizens. The second provision invalidates any existing state or local laws. That's called preemption, right? We have it in North Dakota. We just had a huge case in the Supreme Court of North Dakota telling Fargo to kiss their butts. You don't have the right. It is not your right to regulate that. And hats off to them on that. Regulations or local restrictions that criminalize, penalize, or otherwise dissuade the carrying of firearms in public. So I love both of these provisions. It also puts in there that the District of Columbia, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, and other territories of the United States within its scope to ensure the residents of all U.S. jurisdictions enjoy consistent protection of the Second Amendment right. Man, I went and looked at the older version. I do not remember seeing that in the older versions. Maybe I missed it.
So remind me, Clay, is there anything in the Second Amendment that says you have to have a permit to carry a gun in your state, and especially if you go across state? I can't. I know you said at the beginning of the show. I don't remember anything saying about permit. Yeah.
Let's see, there's the 27 words. Well, regulated militia, comma, being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, comma, shall not be infringed. And Kelly pointed that out to us, how important the commas are. Because it does give a different meaning. It really does.
Nothing in there about concealed carry weapons permits, what kind of weapon you can carry, none of that shit.
Right. I mean, right there is my gun permit right there. The second
I like that.
December 15th, 1791. It expires never.
That's right. I like what he says here too, Clay. I think this was actually Cam Edwards wrote this article, I think, right?
Yes, he did.
Is it Cam? He says national reciprocity is an easier sell to an American public, which it probably, if you got a permit is what Cam is saying. And national reciprocity, like if you got a carry permit, that'd be an easier sell because most most just regular people who aren't gunnies or care about their freedoms will be like, yeah, you should have a license to carry a gun. I agree with Cam on that, but I would definitely support Massie's bill over national reciprocity with concealed carry. I mean, if we got to do a concealed carry bill with a permit, I'll take that. But I mean, Massie's got it going here with what it should be all about, in my opinion.
He does. I really do like the bill. So Kelsey's pointing out a couple things. Is careful if not for Trump, J6ers would be prohibited. You're right, because they were considered felons if they even would have ever got out.
Just leave and come back illegally. We'll let you know what that means later.
Yeah, well, we got an article regarding to that.
He also says here, Clay, which I mean, kind of sort of related to the topic. He says abolishing the ATF wouldn't do as much because those duties, this is what I've always thought, those duties would just switch to another federal agency that would likely act pretty much the same way and shoot just as many dogs. That's what I mean about getting rid of, because these guys are just so gung. F the ATF, and I hate the ATF too. But it's just going to go to somebody else, and they're going to do the same shit. You got to change the culture in the ATF to people who actually support guns, support your Second Amendment civil rights. Because just getting rid of the ATF, then it goes to the FBI. You think the FBI is better than freaking ATF anymore?
I do believe we're going to see some reform, at least for 4 years, but it doesn't matter if you abolish one of those agencies. You might save some money in wages and, insurance, all the things that go along with having an employee. Maybe I could be for it if they're going to go ahead and, do the savings thing. But other than that, the duties will shift. That's all.
Yeah, and you know what then they'll say then, Clay? We don't have enough people. We can't solve real crimes. We're going to need to hire more. And it's just
hire more. Yeah. Hey,
man, I mean, I hate to say that, but I think that's exactly how it would go.
Hey, Twitter listeners, thank you. You're taking it off here. I'm watching it climb here, so thanks for tuning in.
Awesome.
Yeah, ATF. I think when you got the FBI and the ATF, you got people like Kash Patel probably going to be coming in there, and people like that. I think with Kristi Noem at the head of the Homeland Security. I mean,
I thought Trump didn't like brown people.
Yeah, he's just a horrible guy.
Trump just doesn't like anti-American people, and Kash is a heavy pro-American. So
I'm telling you, Kash Patel is going to
awesome. He's awesome,
and Trump's already doing that. I mean, we've seen one hell of a first week, and the second week has not been disappointing. So,
it's been great.
I like this bill. I love what it does. If there's any chance, one thing I noticed though, I was highlighting some of the co-sponsors, original co-sponsors, and I'll be honest, I did not get a chance to go look up and see if some others have signed on. So if they have,
you didn't see if Jules was on
it. What's that?
You didn't see if Jules was one of them.
Yeah, well, she was not tonight.
Okay.
Lauren Colbert, Alfred E. Newman down there, Dusty Johnson also.
Oh, your guy. Okay.
So we need to get a hold of both our South Dakota and North Dakota reps, and I'll find out if Julie's on there. I mean, I don't think she's anti-gun. She better not be. She campaigned the other way.
Yeah, you better not take a support from a guy who was probably the most the pro-gun House member there was.
Right, exactly.
I mean, maybe not more than Massie, probably around par, but
I'd say he's right.
Kelly could probably outshoot him, though. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Kelly's probably the best shot in the House of Representatives.
Kelly's pretty good, isn't he? So, but I noticed Lauren Boebert from Colorado did not surprise me. She's on there. Eli Craig, I love this guy. I mean, the more I listen to him and some of the speeches he gives, and not just on the floor of the House.
That was my crane. I'm doing my crane.
You got to get a ponytail to be like Eli, though.
Yeah. Not happening, man.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Georgia, does not surprise me. Hey, Representative Anna Paulina Luna, remember her? She was catching a lot of grief. We're getting there.
Yeah. I remember she had one of the ones the AR-15 pins on, and Kelsey said a right is a right, no caveat. If you are too dangerous to carry, you should be in jail. Right. Absolutely. If you're too dangerous to own a damn gun or carry one, why the hell they got you out of jail?
If you're that dangerous, exactly. I don't disagree with that. Representative Chip Roy from Texas is on there. Actually, a lot of the Texas reps are on there, except for one from the liberal part. But that's it. Here's one. Representative Tom Tiffany from Wisconsin. Hey, there are some out there. And that's good to see. So, there's a whole bunch here, but I was just highlighting some ones I knew. And
Awesome,
I also noticed the ones that weren't on there. Like, I don't see any of the rep. There's only one from Wyoming not on here, which that kind of surprised me. But that doesn't mean they're not for the bill, by the way.
Right. And I was just, I was just going to look up actually Julie Fedorchak's number in DC.
Yeah.
Because I after I saw this, I'm going to call her. I mean, they got one in DC. They have one here. And I mean, every time I've ever spoken to her or her representative, they've been totally cordial with me. But I'm looking it up right now, Clay. Julie Fedorchak. Well, do we got a number? Man, sometimes these numbers are hard to find. You know what I mean? I was going to give you that email right away.
It's usually a 202 number.
Yeah.
Gene Cox says, what about freshman congressman from Addison McDowell? I assume you're talking about pro gun. We are, yeah. I don't see that one on there either.
All right, Clay, right here. Julie Fedorchak, DC number, you're right, 202-225-2611. And tell what's the number on this House bill?
This is going to be House Resolution 645. There, I'm going to put it up there right now.
Yeah.
There it is. You can call Julie's, and I know that she's not in there now, but you can definitely leave a message. And
you know what? You got that A rating from the NRA. I do believe you're pro Second Amendment. Now just get on board with this bill with Massie, please.
Unfortunately, I'm not a rep anymore.
Hey, dog, you gotta.
Oh, we're just getting hammered here now.
Yeah, we are. That's funny. Hey, dog, we get that one every week, don't we?
Says I love the energy of putting into your streaming.
Thanks.
And it's awesome to see you grinding towards your goals. Oh,
you really don't want to see me grind, man.
And yeah, I don't want you supporting my journey because I think your journey and mine are different, man. I'm pretty sure. Silas James. All right. So, yeah, Gene, I do not see Addison McDowell on there from North Carolina. So.
Silas.
That's what it says right there.
I know you said that, and then I looked down and seen it. And that's why I started laughing. I thought you just pulled that one out of your ass for his name there.
Hey, look at the Twitter feed. Thank you. Keep building that. Maybe we can hit a couple hundred tonight.
Yeah, Twitter X. You guys kick ass, man. I do love X. I go on there more than once a day to check if you guys like watching illegals getting arrested, which they should, you go on there, you see a lot of good videos of it. It's great. I love it.
It's been great. I've been watching it. Yeah, I do like watching it. I love Tom Holman. This guy is a champ, man. I'm telling you.
So you get these liberal. This is a racist thing, Clay. Because they're doing this to criminals now, right? This is the first wave. Could you remind me, Clay, the last time a guy from illegal alien is here from Norway raped a gal and beat her head in with a rock? Can you remind me the last time that happened?
I just can't recall that. Yeah.
Okay, how about 3 or 4 of them grabbed a mom of 4 running on a trail and raped her and killed her? Can you remember? Yeah. Okay. So it has nothing to do with the freaking color of people's skin. Is my point. These liberals keep pulling this shit. They're never going to give up with this. It's bullshit. I guarantee if they come across a freaking Ukrainian who did this shit and he's on their list, which there probably is a few,
probably
they will be getting the same freaking treatment as a person from Mexico or Brazil or if a Canadian comes here and does it and whatever. Yeah. I mean, that's just their game. And I'm quite sure Trump knew it and you knew it and I knew it. They were going to play this game. But I just had to get that off my chest because every time I see that, it just makes my...
Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. And... they will always.
You got that big dog energy, Doug says.
Well,
I think Doug's referencing he's referencing a song that I'm quite sure Clay hasn't heard, but yeah, I like that big dog energy. yeah. Josh, did you see the press conference with the new? When she was so freaking. I thought Kayleigh McEnany was awesome. Another short dude. She freaking. I mean, if you can knock it out of the park, she knocked it out of the park. And calm, got the answers back directly, didn't stumble around. Easy on the eyes. You always got to say that when you're good looking, JD. Yeah, I do. She's good looking young. Appreciate that.
Too, but
Right. I thought Sarah all right. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is pretty awesome too, I gotta say, Clay. So I forgot she was one of them too. The governor of Arkansas now, who she is kicking ass there too.
Oh yeah, she's kicking ass and taking.
So the new one's awesome. She's only 27. Man, she's only 27. That's awesome.
Young.
Wow.
Young.
Wow. That's man. I wish I was. Kelsey says the only card they know how to play, but it's losing its effectiveness. It is, Kelsey. I think it's losing its effectiveness big time, actually. What he's saying is the race card, which they're trying to play. I mean, it's almost in there. They've said it so much that it doesn't even mean shit anymore, almost.
Nobody
it's.
cares anymore.
No, because they use it on everything. They don't get their freaking way. So, all right, Clay, should we move on to the coyote thing? You didn't know coyotes are worth this much, I bet, just to thump them, right?
They're worth, I guess, if you do it this way, they're worth something. But you know what? I like this.
Yeah.
They actually fund it. I mean, I'm sure they've got a way to fund it. Man,
Mormon Tabernacle's got all kinds of money.
It must be what it is.
Because it's coming from Utah, what Clay's talking about here.
Go ahead and take lead on it.
All right, so Utah hunters, now they used to get $50 per coyote harvested. Now they're going to get $100. They upped it. So the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources created the Predator Control Program to manage wildlife programs that endanger the health of non-predatory wildlife. You know, of course, deer, cattle, stuff like that. Previously, hunters received $50, which I said for each documented coyote, so they can't just roll and go, yeah, I shot 10 of them today, man.
About 50 of them down today.
The main reason they're doing this is for mule deer here, and it says DWR board recently voted to increase the reward for coyote removals in crucial and substantial mule deer habitat to 100, right? It started.
Wait a second. Are you telling me they're not blaming CWD?
Coyotes kill more than that, way more, right? Unbelievable.
Yes.
Hey, maybe that's where they're getting the money, that CWD fund from the federal government. And
that'd be funny.
Right. So they call it the Utah Predator Control Program, and the report states in 2024, a total of 3,045 coyotes were checked in for $152,250 in compensation, which was a decrease, Clayton, to 20% from 2023. And it's 300 individuals submitted coyotes through the general. Okay. And according to DWR, coyotes primarily kill deer fawns and can produce more than 6 pups per year. In the state of Utah, the DWR said estimate annually 15,000 coyotes are killed there.
Yeah, that's and you know, that's just through the program.
And that's not even putting a dent in them, man. No,
it's not. And you know, like I said, that 15,000 are killed. I bet it's higher than that, because if it's like here, I'm pretty sure that they're a nuisance predator. You can go ahead and shoot them on site, and nobody, you know, some people won't participate. They'll just shoot them and leave them laying and move on.
Yeah, most people do that. Yeah, so 18 wheels and a dozen 6-shooter says Utah is paying for coyotes while Colorado just released 15 more wolves. You can't make this shit up. No, you can't.
It's unbelievable.
They are, these leftists are freaking unbelievable. So, all right, Clay, it's 8:40. You want to hit, or should we hit the big ad here?
Yep.
What do you think?
Go for it. We can do that. I said I just want to add to the coyote thing, and that's why I said that. I was actually kind of serious. A lot of states there, you know, North Dakota is just coming into where they're getting big time CWD stuff. Let's remember, Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, they've all dealt with this. It's all kind of blew through. They finally figured out kind of what's going on, and they're kind of done with it. And I mean, there's not that it's gone, but it's nothing like what we're seeing up here now in the upper Midwest, where they're just sucking up that money. So, yeah, let's do the big ad. We'll come back. Let's go pay some bills and thank some sponsors, and then we're going to come back probably. I don't know. It's
hey, illegal aliens can own guns, right?
I think that's a good one to talk about. I really do.
Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Hang in there.
All right, we'll be right back.
LAUER Auto Repair, located located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in, know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink cop.
All right, we are back. Hey, by the way, Jamie, guess I got some good news for you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Done.
Awesome, man.
Looking like
Love
a,
it.
like a dream. What I thought was funny is Colt told me, he says, yeah, get this. He goes, when I fired it all up and he went again and got on his search engine, searched Guns in the 701, and boom, it was the first thing in the Google search. I was surprised. Gotta love it, don't you?
That's freaking great news, man. I gotta tell you, Clay, friends of mine tell me it pops up and they're not even searching for it.
I'm hearing that a lot. I'm even seeing it on Rumble.
That's great news. I'm gonna change the background. I'm gonna get some gun shit in my background. So I just went on Facebook here on a commercial, Clay. You get a kick out of this. Our old buddy Cody Gumshoe posting shit on there. Trump's gun pledge is forgotten in first week on a job. I told you so. Yep. Yeah. Well, she's saying Trump didn't. He pledged to produce stuff for gun rights. He hasn't done a goddamn thing. I was reading into it a little more. That's what he claims.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Other than getting rid of Biden's executive orders and shutting down the gun violence thing. And and then of course the last term putting in all the pro-gun judges who gave us brewing.
But I mean, I look at it this way. I mean, Trump's probably done more in his first week than Gumshoe ever did on radio ever. So I guess there is that.
Yeah. Hey, Kelsey said he's got to take off. See you fellas. You bet, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you, brother. Let's get it. Get that thing dialed in.
He says you guys are moving on up. I don't know about that, but we're having fun anyway. I see the X feeds really jumping, so thanks a lot over there, guys. Just keep on doing it.
Yeah, you guys are awesome
over there on Rumble. Hey, good to have you listening. And we are working on this, so it is an option to put the chats right into the stream. I just haven't figured it out yet. I know I will. I always do, don't I, Jamie? But it takes me a little bit with the new stuff because I'm not an IT guy, but hey, I've done pretty good.
High tech redneck, man.
So, all right. So, what did we talk? We talked about constitutional carry. It envisions and encompasses the United States Constitution and Second Amendment rights and all the rights really that we possess as what? U.S. citizens, right?
Right, that's right.
I've always said this when they've been talking about all of this stuff. Oh, they're illegal. Oh no, they're migrants now, but they're illegal aliens. Hence, they're illegal. They don't possess the rights. They have human rights, but they do not possess the rights of the United States Constitution. That is for citizens only. It's that simple. I don't care how a judge interprets it. They're wrong. Well, that's kind of what this case is about, isn't it, that we're about to talk about?
It is, Clay, and we think we might have us a leftist appointed judge who ruled on this, but Clay's definitely more the law and order guy here on this, the backcountry lawyer, if you will. So I'm going to let Clay go ahead and take this one.
Backyard lawyer, there you go.
Yeah, remember Hank Williams Jr. There's damn few backwoods lawyers left today. I mean, Hank sings it a lot better than me, obviously. It sounds like shit.
So, and I like the article because they point out that the Second Amendment reads and just picks it up, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And then ask the question, but who are the people? Because that's what it says, the right of the people. Because who are the people who possess that right? Because more specifically, does that term encompass folks who are not United States citizens? And I'd love for you guys to chime in here. Maybe Jamie can keep up with the comments. If you do, because I've always believed that if you're not a United States citizen, you're not afforded the rights guaranteed to us that were proclaimed. They're granted by God to us and proclaimed in the United States Constitution. You are not granted those. That'd be like me going up to Canada and go, hey, I want all the rights you guys got as Canadians. They're not going to do it. They're going to laugh at you. Plain and simple. You go down to Mexico, hell, they're going to throw you in jail because they don't allow it.
Yeah, you think you have any rights there?
Get this. If you're not a natural-born citizen, and we don't mean an anchor baby, if you're not a natural-born citizen in Mexico, you can't own land. You can't own buildings. You can't own anything. I don't know if anybody knows that, but you absolutely can own nothing if you were not born in Mexico. You can't run for their offices. It don't matter.
I didn't know that.
Immigrate down there, you can't run for nothing because they know what that does to a country. I don't want anyone to move that shit.
You mean in a racist,
They must be
white supremacist country like America lets you do that when you come here? I mean, wow.
So I put it out here. It says that, like I said, I think it's a fairly easy question. So is this guy. Why would a right of the people extend to the people who aren't part of the political community, that being United States citizens, right? Including those who aren't in this country legally? Again, you are a criminal by definition by jumping the border. That is an illegal act under Title U.S. 18. And there's lots of parts and sections to it, but everything is encompassed in number 18 on this. So, but you know what? I'm kind of surprised. The position taken by the Department of Justice actually agrees with this, but the attorney, I was very shocked at this. But of course, there's an attorney out there. Oh yeah, for the illegal alien that was busted with a gun in Chicago. And that lawyer contends that even all illegal aliens is what they're saying. Possess.
Jacob Briskman's his
get
name.
to it. Yeah.
Okay.
That they possess certain constitutional rights. Really? And that includes the right to keep and bear arms. So, you can't come here legally. You're illegally here. You can get in trouble for it, or you should be. Well, they're finding out right now, especially in Chicago, aren't they? Holman was in there doing some house cleaning here this past weekend.
Christy Nome was in New York doing it, getting scumbags off the street. In her words, that was
not just that. She was in full gear. How freaking cool is that, man?
Yeah, she was in there with them, man, busting people. Hey, I just got a text from my buddy Clay, real quick, and you continue. He's just in St. Lucia. You have no rights there if you're not.
That's what I keep telling people. You have no rights there. You're not a citizen, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So how about the Terminator Nome? How great is that?
You know, and it didn't hurt that she had her flowing hair going, and she's out there.
Do you think Mayorkas even knows how to put on a freaking vest?
Knows how to put on a wig.
An armor plate.
Put on a wig and put makeup on.
Yeah, he should. Yeah. And she didn't hold back, man. She said it just how she said. We're getting the scumbag, and they were.
And Holman's been right out there with them. I'm telling you, this is what we've been waiting for. This right now is the government my dad said you could never do. Because Dad and I have complete different views on this. I'm like, bullshit. I mean, I've said how many times I've said this, Dave. I'd stop that border. I'd put my military down there if I was president. Guess what happened? We put some military down there now, didn't we? Yeah.
Just in one spot, 1,400 Marines dropped them in on, what do they call the airplanes with the props? The Ospreys came down.
Josh Patterson says, I seen that Christy on TV today. She looked good in that uniform. She did.
Damn good.
So, anyway, the case
is... You gotta get her and Tulsi Gabbard when she's confirmed out there running ARs, man. Shooting prairie dogs or coyotes at night down South Dakota because Nome hunts them at night with suppressors, man. I seen the video.
Tulsi and Bulbert, and you know the group. Put them all out there shooting yotes. Oh, that'd be a hell of a picture, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Come on up, do some coyote calling at Uncle Clay's house.
Make it happen, man. I even got an entire house that can all stay together.
Yeah. Yeah, the parsonage there.
That out. So anyway, the case is USA versus Heriberto
Carbajal.
Anyway.
Carbajal, yeah.
Anyway,
that's I know that because a boxer was named Michael Carbajal, so that's all the reason I know that.
It centers around his arrest in Chicago. Imagine that, for having a firearm. Wait a second. Okay, Chicago, they call this utopia gun control. How the hell did anyone get a gun there? We'll figure, right?
Especially an illegal, Clay, right?
Oh, wow. That's what it was. He was illegal, so they probably handed him one when he got there. Anyway, representing the federal government was
Mayor Johnson.
Margaret Steindorf. Said Florida's immigration status is important. There is a common thread here on felons not abiding by the law, and those unlawfully in the country also not authorized to be in the country. Steindorf said in an arguing court precedent allowing for certain individuals to be prohibited from having a firearm. Here's Jacob Briskman. He's representing the illegal alien. We're not going to use his name. He's just the illegal alien. No comprende. Right? Anyway, Jacob Briskman said that the rights granted to the people aren't regulated just to only a few amendments in the Bill of Rights. The U.S. Supreme Court has decided that undocumented folks have First Amendment protections and Fourth Amendment protections, Fifth Amendment protections, and they have come within the United States and developed substantial ties. Oh, kumbaya.
So where'd that get added? And once you have substantial ties, then your rights actually work?
I mean,
is that what I'm reading there with that?
Saying that as long as you come here and you've built them ties, strong ties,
Then you all of a sudden. So at what point making ties do your civil rights come into play? Then we need a time frame. Anyway, go ahead.
A year, day, two? I don't know. I mean.
Yeah.
So Judge Sharon Johnson, she's a U.S. County District Court evidently judge. Coleman. Oh, she got a big long name. Judge Sharon Johnson.
Yeah, hyphenated. You got the three names in there. That usually signifies a leftist.
She agreed with Briskman. Big shocker, right? At the trial, concluding that United States 18 Code 922 G5 which makes it illegal to possess a firearm while in this country, illegally or unlawfully, right? And it does. We're asked that on the 4473 all the time, aren't we? Are you a citizen?
Yeah.
Are you illegally here?
Yeah, it's right on there. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. It is right on there.
We are asked these questions. It's a violation of the illegal alien's Second Amendment rights. See, this is why I'm not saying the guy's name. Let's call this what it is. Sounds pretty good if you're just talking about a person, right? No. I'm going to deperson this. I'm going to dehumanize it.
Mr. Carbajal.
This guy is an illegal alien. So this is a violation of the illegal alien's Second Amendment rights. Think about that. When you put the right wording in there. So the illegal alien who's illegally in our country and broke our laws, we're violating his Second Amendment rights? Nah, I don't think so. But her opinion, she said that's what it was. The government argues that the illegal alien is a non-citizen, which we know, who is unlawfully present in this country. That's a good argument, right? That's what the government says. I think they're right. The court notes, though, however, that the illegal alien has never been convicted of a felony. So here it comes, Jamie. Not just do you have ties in the country, has never been convicted of a felony. No, but he committed one by illegally coming into the country. He's never been convicted of a violent crime or a crime involving the use of a weapon. Even in the present case, the illegal alien contends that he received and used a handgun solely for his self-protection and the protection of his property during a time of documented civil unrest in the spring of 2020. What, Black Lives Matter march? But so this illegal alien has a right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. A peaceful protest.
Exactly what it was. Then
so Clay, wait a minute. Before you go on, I got a question here. So does he have a FOID card? Because you're supposed to have a FOID card in Illinois to own a gun, right? Did he do a background check? No, so we got 2 strikes against him. So he is a felon.
He broke state law.
Right? And I'm curious what kind of gun he had and what the magazine capacity was, because it's a 10-round magazine capacity. Did he do the waiting period to get the gun? Because they have waiting periods there too, Clay.
Right? They have waiting periods and all the things you're talking about.
So she's saying he didn't use improper use of a weapon, which you'll find out at the end here. Clay will tell you he did use improper use of the weapon, and you damn sure bet if me and Clay went to Chicago and did what he did with that gun, we would be felons, and our Second Amendment right, according to them, would be usurped.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to run through a little bit of this, and I'm going to.
Okay, Bobber, you may proceed.
Then I'm going to let you finish up on what he did. Basically, the pretrial service confirmed that the illegal alien has consistently adhered to and fulfilled all stipulated conditions of his release. So he was released on top of it. He gainfully got employment, has no new arrests or outstanding warrants. Therefore, the court finds that the illegal alien's criminal record containing no improper use, this is the actual ruling, guys, of a weapon, as well as a non-violent circumstances of his arrest, do not support a finding that he poses a risk to public safety such that he cannot be trusted to use a weapon responsibly and should be deprived of his Second Amendment rights to self-defense. Thus, the court finds that, as applied to the illegal alien, Section 922, Section G, Article 5 is unconstitutional. Wow. So, if you come here, you're a nice guy, maybe get in trouble a little bit, get released, but you gain, you get gainful employment, you are not a violation.
Establish yourself, get yourself a girlfriend for a while. Now you got hooks in here and your roots are in, and
get an anchor baby, and then you got some free, some money program. You know what? You're a swell guy. By golly.
Which, by the way, that pertained to slaves, children, Clay, not illegal aliens coming across the border. 14th Amendment.
Yes, it did. That's a whole other thing. The 14th Amendment had nothing to do with illegal or anybody coming in. It was intended to put. So go ahead and tell us now what this outstanding illegal non-citizen alien. What did he do?
Yep. This great guy, Clay, who just had a gun to protect himself against his fellow liberals there in the summer of 2020. The riots and the burning down of big parts of cities and killing police officers, which they claim the J6er did, but I can't remember what it was, like 15 police officers were killed by BLM and Antifa freaking
And how many
riots.
were killed? How many were killed by
DOJ.
J6ers? Zero. Zero.
Zero.
But there was a J6er killed by cop. Anyway.
Right. Right in the neck, Clayton.
Look her out.
The DOJ contends, however, that Mr. Senior Carbajal Flores is dangerous. Steindorf, if you remember the attorney for the DOJ, argued that Coleman erred by calling the defendant nonviolent, when in fact the defendant shot a firearm 7 times at a passing car without provocation. Yeah, just sounds like he established some friendships with these guys in the car. And tried not only one car, Clay, tried to shoot at a second passing car shortly thereafter.
Must have been
So guess what? Yeah, sounds like a great guy, holding down a job, loves America, loves the Second Amendment rights, and loves just shooting at people indiscriminately driving by because he had too much tequila.
Oh yeah, too much tequila made us close. Anyway, but that sounds like it.
Tequila makes the safety
There
fall
you go.
off.
Oh my God, I think it's a new T-shirt. Anyway, but yeah, that sounds like an outstanding, outstanding, just a great illegal alien. Because he's not a citizen. Doesn't that sound like a great guy to have in the country? We should bring more, right?
Yeah, well, I like the end of the article here. He says, I have a hard time seeing the same appellate court that says owning an AR-15 isn't protected by the Second Amendment, concluding that an illegal immigrant's gun ownership is protected by the very same language.
Yeah, and they are right. So when I did actually go look at this particular court, this is the 7th District Court, if I remember right. Yeah, they're the ones that don't think you should have an AR either. They've made several rulings. This same judge has made several rulings.
So, my opinion, Clay, they're doing this because they're pissed that we don't like illegals here, no matter what goddamn country they're from. I'm gonna set the record straight on that. I don't give a shit if you're from Norway, South Africa, England, Russia, Brazil, Mexico, Argentina. I don't give a shit. If you're here illegally, you gotta frickin' go. But they're trying to make a point here that this kind of, they should have their gun rights because we're just picking on Mexicans or Hispanics or whatever, which they're not. They're here illegally, and they hate, and hey, you guys think everybody should own a gun? Well, now we're going to show you that you're going to have to back it up. You think everybody should own a gun? We never said everybody should own a gun.
We said every American should own a gun. Every United States citizen should own a gun.
Right.
Every law-abiding United States citizen should own a gun. Not illegal.
People who shoot at passing by cars, I don't care if you're my neighbor in Bismarck, if somebody drives through the cul-de-sac and you open up on 2 cars that drive by, you probably shouldn't own a gun. And if you say I was high or I was drinking or something, well, then I guess we can take it away for a couple of years and then give it back to you.
If you tell the job and you're just a good all-around guy, we'll let it slide.
Yeah, you made roots, man. You get your girlfriend.
Yeah. So, I'm telling you, you can't make this up, like you said. You just can't. And this is where we're at. This is truly where we're at with the leftists, although it's starting to change. I can't wait to see what when Trump gets to doing the judges. Let's face it.
Don't take your foot off the gas.
Occupied, and he's doing things every day. He will get the stuff, but it's one thing at a time. He had a lot of things to undo. I mean, he undid a lot of crap in the first 24 hours. And I'm not giving up on him. I think he is focused, and he's going forward. When he gets all his cabinet positions in there, then they're going to be in charge of those departments, and then watch.
Oh, tingle just went down my leg, Clay. You like that, Lawrence O'Donnell? One of them.
You got to remember, Trump is a businessman and a CEO of an organization. It ain't just a business. I mean, Trump is a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar corporation. Trump organization. He knows how to manage people. He knows how to pick the right managers. That's what he's doing. He's picking the managers, and he's giving them a task. One thing I noticed in all of the hearings, every single one of them said, well, President Trump's agenda is this, or this is President Trump's wishes. This is what, it was pretty consistent that every single one of them said, I'm going to do as what President Trump was elected to do and has given the mandate down to us. And that's what's happening. And I'm glad to see it.
Did you get that one up there yet? I saw that. I don't remember.
Doug, he says we have to fight for our Second Amendment right, but the illegals' rights are guaranteed. Yeah, funny how that works, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Our guy at Lauer Auto understands it, don't he?
Yeah, more than most people.
That's why
for
we're
sure.
saying you want to get your stuff fixed. You go down to Lauer Auto Repair. It's pro gun. It's pro Second Amendment. It's pro Constitution. Pro American. I mean, if I have a choice, I'm going to go to the guy that supports us, not support
That you
absolutely
know does.
So yeah. Well, tell you what. Why don't we take a quick break? We'll do our top 3 sponsors.
Hey, you want to do? Should we do the badass here?
You know, we could do. You want to do that now?
You want to do the badass, and then we'll hit what we were talking about. Maybe the legals got themselves another homecoming in the future, and then maybe let's come back and hit that, and then we still got time. I mean, it looks like we're going to go 2 hours again, Clay.
It's getting that way. And Corey,
oh, it's once a week.
That's
What the hell, right?
I still think let's do the 3 main sponsors. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the Horton Lasercraft because we didn't get that in on the last one, and we want to thank them too because they're doing some great work. Then we'll come back and do the badass. How about that?
Right here, doing me a little Horton.
At Horton Lasercraft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where...
All right, we are back, and you know what? I just reviewed it here earlier today. I tell you what, Deke did a hell of a job again with his badass MO, or what do you call it? MOFOs? Mofos.
Bad MF. I call it bad MFers. I might have it a little wrong.
He did a great job.
Deke will let you know what it's about.
He
when we
did
do
his
it.
intro, and I'm telling you, it's great. So hey, I will
It
tell
is
you
good.
this. So we're probably going to venture out with something in this. We'll see what happens here. But we're kind of looking at if there's a new sponsor that wants to sponsor that, we're going to have an opportunity for you to do that because this has become a really good segment. People love it. We ran it by itself. It's always been put on our pages, but I think this might lead to something that Mike can do as a small little segment, you know, kind of how we started out on KSYR.
Absolutely.
And I think it'll be great. So, all right, here we go. Here's Deke's badass mofos of
Caution! The following program depicts images and stories of badassery. From the dawn of human existence, there have been men and women of extraordinary strength, bravery, and fortitude.
So I'll just say this as simple as I can. If it's our time to die, it's our time. All I ask is, if we have to give these bastards our lives, we give them hell before we do!
These everyday people looked death in the face and said, "Not today." These stories are sometimes lost to time, but the spoken word is here to bring their tales to life.
Are you ready for tales that will shatter your spine and boil your blood?
Well, duh.
These men and women clawed, bit, punched, kicked, stabbed, shot, and whatever else it took to survive against all odds.
Maybe I would fight the kids' army for you.
Badass Mofos is a product of GAT701, a division of GunsInThe701.com and 701 Nation, where we pull a name from history and tell their tale of true badassery. Welcome to GunsInThe701.com and our Badass Mofo of the Week. That's right, we bring you a badass mofo, one that you might not have heard of before, one you might have heard of before, but either way, it's a story that needs to be told. This week, we go to feudal Japan and talk about Miyamoto Musashi, who was born around 1584 in either Himara or Mimasaka province in Japan. His birth name was Shimon Tetsio, and he was also known by other names, including Miyamoto Benasuke, or his Buddhist name, Nitin Doraku. Now, Musashi's father, Shimon Munasai, was an accomplished martial artist, which likely influenced Musashi's early interest into swordsmanship. Now, Musashi's first recorded duel was at the age of 13, where he defeated a samurai named Arima Kihei. This victory marked the beginning of a legendary career. Over the years, Musashi fought over 60 duels, remaining undefeated. His most famous duel was against Sasakai Kujiro in 1612, where Musashi used a wooden sword he had carved from an oar to defeat Kunjuro. One day, Musashi decided to challenge the renowned swordsman named Susaki Kunjuro. The duel was set to take place on a remote island, and Musashi, being the unconventional man, decided to arrive fashionably late. He spent the morning leisurely carving a wooden oar into a makeshift sword, much to the confusion of his boatmen.
Hey, that's my oar!
As Musashi finally approached the island, he noticed Kunjuro waiting impatiently, his long sword gleaming in the sunlight. Musashi, still in his boat, took his time, much to Kunjuro's growing frustration, and when Musashi finally stepped onto the shore, he was greeted with a barrage of insults from Kunjuro, who was furious about being kept waiting. Musashi, however, remained calm and collected. He casually walked up to Kunjuro, holding his wooden oar sword. Kunjuro, thinking Musashi was mocking him, lunged forward with a powerful strike. But Musashi was, with his quick reflexes and strategic mind, quicker. He dodged the attack and countered with a swift blow from the wooden sword, knocking Kunjuro's sword into the sea. Kojiro, now weaponless and humiliated, could only stare in disbelief as Musashi calmly walked back to his boat. As he rowed away, Musashi couldn't help but chuckle at the absurdity of the situation. He had defeated one of the greatest swordsmen in Japan with nothing more than a wooden oar and a bit of patience. From that day on, Musashi's legend grew even larger. He became known not only for his incredible skill, but also for his unorthodox and humorous approach to life. And so the tale of Miyamoto Musashi and the wooden oar became a favorite one among samurais and villagers alike, reminding everyone that sometimes the best weapon is a good sense of humor. Now, in addition to his prowess as a swordman, Musashi was also an accomplished artist and writer. He practiced shuboko-ja, or ink painting, which is particularly remembered for his painting of birds. Musashi's most famous written works is the Book of the Five Rings, or Go-Rin no Sho, a treatise on strategies, tactics, and philosophy, which he wrote in his later years. He also authored Dokudo, The Path of Aloneness, and short works outlining his personal philosophy. Musashi's legacies extended beyond his martial achievements. He founded the Nitin Ichirui style of swordsmanship, which emphasized the use of two swords. His life and teachings continue to inspire martial artists and strategists around the world. Now, in his final years, after he had authored the Book of the Five Rings and The Path of Aloneness, both documents which were given to Teruo Maganajo, the most important of Musashi's students, 7 days before his death. Even to this day, the Musashi Bokudan Training Center, in a remarkable architecture located in Minasaka, Japan, were erected to honor his name and legend. Musashi passed away on June 13, 1965, but his legend lives through his writings, his art, and the many stories of his incredible life. To go over all 60 battles would take a lot longer than I have to record today. Miyamoto Musashi. In the beginning of his life, he really wasn't that remarkable. He made and willed himself to be remarkable through his cunning and his practiced talent, guaranteeing for generations to come to know that he was, though calm, cool, collected, and humorous, 100% a badass mofo. Thanks for tuning in for Guns in the 701, GAT 701, and the 701 Nation's Badass Mofo of the Week. We appreciate everybody that tunes in and likes the show. We try to do it for you every couple weeks now. It's time permitting. But remember, of course, you see that little QR code up there in the corner? There it is. Well, here's the deal with that. It takes time to get the stuff done, takes studio time as well. Plus, you've got to pay for all the programs that we've got to edit, and they're all on subscription basis nowadays. So, there's always some bill coming due. So, if you've got a few bucks you can spare, and even in this tough time, I know that's difficult, scan that code, drop us a few dollars, whatever you can spare. Other than that, that's our Badass Mofo of the Week for this week. You want to see our back catalog? Well, we've got it. It's right there at gunsinthe701.com. You can also find it on YouTube. If you want to find back catalog of gunsinthe701.com, we've got that on our website as well, including our sister show, and that's 701 Nation with Jamie. So until next time, when we highlight another badass mofo of history, I'm Mike reminding you, as my friend Clay always says, keep your powder dry and stay safe, you bunch of badasses.
All right. Was that great or what? Oh, Jamie don't have his mic on.
Yes, I do right now. Yeah. That was, hey, Mike does. I love that every time, man. He does such a great job on that. Nice job again, Deeks.
He just knocks it out of the ballpark. Hey, Josh, he says he's got to run, fellas. See you Saturday. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I don't know if we
yes,
missed
sir.
or not, but yeah, thank you very much. I might be gone already.
Hey, Clay, real quick here. About 40 minutes ago, I guess a plane and a helicopter collided over Reagan International.
Oh.
Crashed into the Potomac. They're pulling bodies out of the water right now, I guess. I don't know how many casualties there were, but I did just see that. So it's, wow. Yeah, they got a video of it. It's at night, too. You see them just hitting a big boof into the...
That ain't good.
Crazy. No.
That's really...
So I don't know. I'm sure it's Trump's fault.
I hope he wasn't in the helicopter.
Yeah, Marine One, yeah. Yeah. So speaking of we were talking about states and illegals, Clay. There's a state in the union. They got enough signatures, or they're going to get signatures. They got the go-ahead. They want to secede from the union, Clay. What state is that?
Well, that would be Mexifornia, otherwise known as California or California.
California for sure. I have relatives in California. I've been to California. A beautiful state for sure, but I mean the politics there and the way they vote is unbelievable, really, to me.
I did share it with them tonight in the Vetted Patriots, so they might be.
Yes. So Secretary of State Shirley Weber announced Thursday, this is last week, that a measure introduced by Marcus Evans of Fresno must receive more than 500 signatures by late July. The state would be required to create a 20-member state commission to study California's viability as an independent country in 2027 and to publish a report the following year. Members of this commission, Clay, would be picked at random by the Secretary of State, would have to meet certain requirements such as being nominated by 100 registered voters and must have California residency for at least 5 years. 5 years? Why? You let illegals vote. Why can't they get on the commission? Man, that's some racist shit right there. Members, the measure would also place the following question on the November 2028 ballot. Should California leave the United States and become a free and independent country? Can I go there and vote yes on this, Clay? Can I go in there and vote as a...
if you come across from the southern border, maybe you can. I don't know. Get yourself an ID.
Yeah, sneak across and see if hopefully I can evade the cartel and then get back across and vote. Approval would require at least 50% voter participation and 55% voting yes. The campaign is dubbed Calexit.
Calexit. Love it.
To go after Clay, right? What is Brexit is what started this, and they tried this before in 2016. It didn't have enough. Weber said proponents must gather 546,651 signatures from registered voters, which is 5% of total votes cast for governor in 2022 election. I mean, sounds doable, doesn't it? Sounds fairly doable. I think so too.
I don't know if they count signatures like they do ballots, and they're going to count them all, whether they're illegals or not illegals. They do have a deadline of July 22nd. Yeah.
Second, yep. I think I think they're going to get them.
It'll be interesting. Now you're in my wheelhouse again with the Constitution, and I can tell you this. So we've seen this before. We had an entire civil war, right? We had the southern states that actually seceded from the Union. You got to remember. So do you think that there's anything in the Constitution that allows for this? I'm asking you.
I don't believe
You're right,
there
there's
is.
not. The Constitution does not provide for that. You can bring grievances against the federal government. You can complain about the federal government. A lot of things you can do, but nowhere in the Constitution does it allow for secession or seceding from the Union. And why would it? When you really think about it, I'm not going to go into all these details about it because I could give a lesson on this. But why would the Union allow for itself to be destroyed? You don't get that?
I agree, but I mean, is California even part of the union of what the United States is all about anymore? That would be my.
I'm not against them doing it. It'll be tough to see how it would get handled. I mean, I don't know. You know what? If they leave, that's fine. No aid. And did you read that part where they still want to be on good terms with the United States, essentially?
No. Build a freaking wall around them.
So I want to do that right along the border, and just say, here, have it.
Yep.
I mean, right now they can't even get enough water for fires. They don't have. I mean, there's oil out there, but they won't pump it.
They're in massive debt too, and all they claim. What would you red states do without us? We'll be just fine. I can promise you that. Do it, so we can prove it.
I don't care about their movement.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything. I mean, there's vineyards all across the South. We don't need California.
We got vineyards in North Dakota.
Right here in North Dakota and down in the Black Hills. We have everything we need. We truly do. We don't need California. We truly don't. I mean, you've seen some of this where Northern California and southern Oregon, I believe, wanted to create their own state.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them.
Southern and eastern Oregon, because Oregon, I mean, other than the coast, I mean, it's actually more conservative. Like Eastern Washington's starting to get overrun. They're going to be done. So
Doug says, "Bye, Felicia."
Exactly. Yeah, Brian. Study concluded. Let them go. Exactly. It's concluded here.
You know what? Even though there's no constitutionality for it, I'm with you guys. I'm like, let them go. But they go. They now have no constitutional rights in the United States. They better get passports to go back and forth. I'm telling you, it would be interesting to see it happen because they're going to want to be treated like a reservation, I bet, and we shouldn't allow that.
How long before they outlaw gun ownership for everybody? Because they claim they're all about freedom. These leftists that'd be one of their first orders of business. I'll promise you.
What would be interesting to see if the people, because there are conservatives in California, I think you'd see a civil war break out within their own new country. I really do. But they're already broke. I mean, when I read this, what they say is going to be $2 million of annual costs to operate the commission. Well, they don't have that. $10 million in election-related costs for this measure. And that's just to start out. That doesn't cover all the other things they want to do that we all know about. They don't have the money. Where are they going to get the money? People are fleeing that state. I think when you see in the next census, that I think California is going to lose reps. Some people are saying 2 at least.
Wow, if they actually left, the leftists would lose like 40 seats in the House, and 2 more senators, so that only helped the Republicans. Right. And
Bill, I like Doug says, build a wall and add tariffs to them. I love that. Yeah, all right. Hey, do business with us.
Yeah, I mean, and then just angle it over, and like I said, take off. I mean, if you think you're going to control all the coasts, I mean, we'll just punch a hole through you and build our own coastal port there, and that'll be the way.
It won't be no problem. There's nothing they could do. They don't even have enough money to raise an army.
Yeah, if Oregon don't like it, we'll use the Columbia River for a port, because what are the liberals going to do? Throw freaking pink bras at us and shit, or what?
They're going to yell at you really tough.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I just want them to have their own state because they think they freaking know it all and they're so much smarter and better than anybody else, and they know what's right. And bring all your shit in there and let everybody in there. Hey, and if the people getting deported, guess what? You can go to North Mexico now, and otherwise known as California. Because they got their Reconquisto. You ever read that? They want to reconquer Arizona and California. and Colorado and Utah. Yeah, they all think it was stolen from them. You know, the Indians thought that was the Mexicans think that was stolen from them, and the Indians think it was stolen from them.
Think about this. California is a sanctuary state. There's several sanctuary cities. You know what? Let's dump all of them there. I like it. Let's do it. Yeah. What'd Brian say?
Yeah, I'm laughing at Brian's
says
comment.
Those soft-handed fellas in San Francisco and South aren't ready to take on the hillbillies in Northern California, but it'd be fun to watch. I think you're right, Brian. You know, it'd be interesting because they think that they're going to have this utopia if they do it. This Evan.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
But I can tell you right now, they don't have the fortitude or the manpower or the weaponry to fight off anything. And I think you're going to see, like I said, a civil war break out in California. And I guarantee you, them old boys up north, they know how to fight.
Well, furthermore, Clay, the military bases, that ain't yours, California. That's the United States of America. So all the men, machinery, and weaponry, and the military bases, El Toro and whatever, you know, the sub bases. And I mean, San Diego's the biggest, I think, Navy base on the.
That'll be hard. We'll just keep.
No.
Yeah, what are you do?
We'll pull out. And who do you think's going to swoop in there then with these people who don't want guns and have a military?
We'll just keep them because we couldn't leave it. We couldn't leave that West Coast part defenseless because you know who's going to start moving in.
Oh yeah, we have to. It's not our country. We just go up to Alaska. Everything go up there now, and like I said, we pull right into the Columbia River Gorge there, and it'll be full of freaking carriers and warships, and all the people in Portland would be shitting their pants.
Everything, and you know, I think we're going to be seeing some of that anyway. I think Panama Canal's coming back to us one way or another. So yeah, I mean, let California do what they want, honestly, but they're not.
I mean, let's do it.
Be careful what you wish for. You might get it. I don't think that there's going to be a lot of people in California going to be very happy.
Well, Clay, you know and I know most liberals don't live in a world of reality and leftists. So, I mean, they're not now. Once reality would hit, it's too late. It's too late then, man. By the time they realize what the real situation is, it'll be too late. It's about the time you're on your back and somebody's about to cut your throat when you never thought it would happen. It's too freaking late.
Shifty Schiff and Nancy Pelosi and all them being kicked out of Congress. Oh, man. I look at it this way. Secede. Let them do it. We lose a bunch of Democrat reps and 2 Democrat senators. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
I thought they're fellow Americans, Clay. Well, not the way they act. They're not. They don't act like they are.
They hate America. Well, I should say. There are patriots in California behind enemy lines.
I said I'm speaking specifically of the Democrats and their political leaders.
They always have.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's too bad. California is a freaking awesome state, awesome weather.
I can say this,
but
I've never been there personally because I figured I'd end up going to jail because I won't, do what they want me to do as far as guns go.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I'd get.
Unless Massie's bill passes.
Then it'd be fun to take.
We should. So if they're going to do this, Clay, should we wait on giving them federal aid for these fires to see if it really happens? Otherwise, we're just giving them money for nothing.
Good idea, wouldn't it? I like that. You want your federal aid?
Hold up, boys. Yeah. Hold up here. If you guys are you're gonna blow doors, you ain't gonna fill your pockets before you leave here.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Well, let's see what happens.
Dougie says we'll have more shoreline with Canada, Greenland, and Panama added to the Union. Indeed, sir. Indeed.
I have no
Love
problem
it.
taking Canada, but I don't want them as a state. Leave them as a territory. I don't want them voting. I don't want them.
Well, I tell you what. If you get Saskatchewan and Alberta and these middle ones, I mean, it's like the Midwest. Really, they're run by the shit stains on the coast.
Got, Quebec that's still owned by France, I believe. So.
Whoa, oui. Well, Clayton, what's wrong with you? You don't like cheese that smells like your toes?
I mean, the only war France ever won was their own when they fought each other.
Right. Heavy guillotines going on.
They'd be speaking German today if it wouldn't have been for us. So, yeah.
Yeah, most of the world would actually, if not all, if it wasn't for us, really.
We were a very big component of that. Europe was losing that war, too, all the way through. I mean, they were knocking on the UK and Britain.
Hey, let's be honest. The Battle of Britain, they wouldn't have won that if it wasn't for us getting our ships sunk and bringing machinery and weapons. It was just like the Ukraine, actually, Clay. If nobody knows, the British didn't have guns even back then. They took a bunch of them away in the late 1800s. They put laws in. We actually had to send freaking guns over. Civilians were sending guns and ammo over to Britain because they thought Operation Sea Lion, which was Hitler's plan to invade the coastal, mainland of Britain. They didn't have enough guns because we don't want guns here. They're bad. They sure like it when you're getting your freaking nuts stomped on, don't you?
Then, didn't they? And that's just it. People don't look at history. They just don't. Hey, I got to remind everybody.
No, wow, that'll never happen.
Over. That way. There we go.
Reverse access.
Right over there, you'll see the Guns in the 701 donation QR code. Go hit it. I remember Mike. He mentions it every time, and it's a good idea because I know people have actually done it. We thank you guys. Some of you have been anonymous, and we thank you if you're listening in. I'd love to know your names, but hey, we'll take any donations because, like Mike said, it costs money to run this program. And
hey, if you're some millionaire trapped behind enemy lines in California, you're watching the show, by all means. Yeah, we can. You can help us out. We'll help you out.
I'll tell you what. Do you have a? How did you make that out?
I do. We're talking
Chronicle. I just love that.
Yeah, baby. Let's get into the happy ending chronicle here, shall we, Clay? All right, this happy ending chronicle, a little longer than usual, but nothing that's going to, this little yarn's not going to bore you. It's not that long. Garland, Maine is where we're going here, Clay. Yeah, the land of, what's her name, who votes against all the Trump's appointees there. Susan Collins. So in a shocking pre-dawn incident on January 14, 2025, a homeowner in Garland used a firearm to stop an attack by a man operating a stolen front-end loader. And on the video, Clay, it's like a big cat, right? Did you see that?
I did not.
Yeah, so I looked at it's like a big, you're the yellow and black, the Caterpillar. Not like a huge one, like the snowplows in the city streets, but it's bigger, yeah. The incident, which caused extensive property damage, resulted in the arrest of the suspect, Michael Thompson, 37, of Corina, after he fled the scene. He fled the scene, but he had something extra with him when he left, which you'll find out here. So, according to I don't know how to pronounce this. Penobscot County Sheriff's Office. The situation began around 5:30 a.m. So he was up early, man. This guy maybe hitting the sauce or whatever he was doing. When the Penobscot Regional Communications Center received a report of individuals stealing a front-end loader from a nearby gravel pit on Upper Notch Road. The machine was soon driven to a nearby residence where Thompson reportedly began ramming vehicles parked in the driveway and attempting to break through the house. So he actually had a plan. Just already picked out one place here, and he started.
Killdozer, wasn't he?
Yeah, killed the guy in Colorado. Faced with the destruction and clear threat of harm, the residents exited the home, fired several rounds at the loader in self-defense. I mean, common sense will tell you to do that, right? If you're not going to run, get out there, and they don't have bulletproof glass. The vehicle then reversed, Clay. They made it retreat. They made the front end loader reversed out of the driveway, hit the throttle, fled across the field into nearby woods. At approximately 6:10, they got the call at 5:30, so 40 minutes later. The law enforcement received another report that the stolen loader was being driven on Center Point Road in Charleston. Officers located the machine and took Thompson into custody after he surrendered without further incident. The authorities discovered, Clay, he'd been shot and transported him to the loader. So now we know why the loader backed up, right? You get a few, like I said, he left with some extra stuff. A few pieces of copper-plated lead were inside of him. Oh, Thompson is in custody after he surrendered without further incident. Authorities discovered he'd been shot and transported him. Like I said, upon release, Thompson was arrested and booked in the Penobscot County Jail. And they go, USA Carries, where we got this article. Self-defense tip, responding to unusual threats, Clay. This case highlights that a deadly threat doesn't always come in the form of a person wielding a traditional weapon, right? Knife, gun, bat, whatever. Guy rolled up with a freaking front end loader. In this instance, the use of a front end loader to destroy vehicles and attempt to breach the home. Yeah, he tried to breach the home. Clearly constituted a deadly threat justifying the use of deadly. So a little pea shooter, right? Little bullet, because like Joe says, you need an F-15 to fight. The little bullet against the front end loader is plated with steel, repelled this son of a gun, right? That's awesome, man. So happy ending was the homeowners never got crushed and smashed with the big payloader bucket, and they repelled the guy who did it and actually got a few rounds in him. I bet you'll never want to steal a payloader ever again,
safe,
Clay.
But he was wrong.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
We got Rommel, really, too. 20 viewers between the two channels there. Yeah, we've been over about halfway in and started climbing, and we've been between 50 and 60 all night. You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
We
I'm very
appreciate
happy
that.
about that. I just happened to glance over, like, wow, we had something else. Now that I said that, now some of them have dropped off. I don't know if they're done or went somewhere else. But so it's been a good night. We've been up there around 70 all night with all the platforms, and also we had some over there on Kick. That one does not show up in our counter, but we had like 2 or 3, sometimes 4. It's like, wow.
Even the dog was on there, man.
I banned him, so we lost him.
He liked our energy, though. So what do you got going Friday, Clay?
A couple things out there. I'm going to try to touch on some of the bills coming through. I'm trying to see if there's going to be anything that comes through, on that bill we were just talking about. But I doubt it. Well, there might be.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes them things move fast.
Well, it's going to the House now, man, because it passed the Senate. So with flying colors,
we got something coming up on Monday, but I was gonna try to touch on it tonight. But I think maybe Friday I'll touch on this. And this is electanewNRA.com website, and I think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I thought Friday's format would be good for that because we get that out to everybody. There's so many NRA members in North Dakota. Trust me, I know. I've seen the list.
Yep. Matter of fact, Clay, here's my ballot right here.
It's going to tell you exactly who their reform candidates are. They're really working hard on this. They've made a lot of progress. I think you're going to see a stronger, better NRA with everything that's happening with the shakeup. But it's like anything.
I don't want to say too much about it, but if you're familiar with Gunsight, Buzz Mills now owns it, and he's the guy who started that. So
they're doing great. There is a firearm ban move in Colorado. We've actually talked about that a little bit. Looks like there's been some movement on it because you sent me.
Oh, yeah, it did. It did. I saw that tonight.
Pump up the Brain Bucket Challenge. And then Monday, right? We are with Mr. Michael Bell on Dakota Mornings. And there's my hat right there.
2 hours.
2 hours. 2 hours. And we got some interesting things. There you go, Fireball tribute to Todd.
I mean, if you think I've been really hammering this thing for the whole show here. This is like the second one I filled up. Like Lynette said, it's my sipping. Because I do like taste Fireball. But anyway, go ahead.
I think we got a good show. I think we're probably gonna talk about the Brain Bucket, right? Because we'll have the results by then.
Yeah, we're gonna. And
I like that.
Yes. 100% with the Prairie Dogs, Clay. I mean, I didn't want to. I do have a bunch of. I didn't want to hog it on you and tell you, but I did find a bunch of, a bunch of good articles here. Not the Utah thing. They got a proposed amendment to make hunting and fishing, trapping a constitutional right in Iowa.
Right. So a lot like what we have.
Which, I mean, it's
North and South Dakota.
Right. I mean, up in our area here, right? It's kind of the same deal here. And I mean, we are going to talk about that thing with the prairie dogs, right? You said that they're making prairie dog shooting out of a vehicle.
And I'm not sure. I got to look up the regs, but I think you can shoot from a vehicle for a varmint. I do.
I think Scott told me that you can.
I don't know for sure, so I'll look it up and find out for sure.
So here's the other two I was thinking, Clay. I mean, we can, remember the shooting in Nashville that just happened not long? AI weapon detection system failed, didn't detect the weapon. And another thing from Wyoming, Clay, they got trying to sell landowner tags. If you got a gratis tag, like if Clay got a gratis tag, Clay could sell it to anybody he wanted. Man, and I mean, it seems that Wyoming are heavy against. I don't get it. It's your freaking land. I mean, I think we should talk about that on there.
I can tell you part of that in Wyoming is, I mean, the private property rights people are strong. You got to remember, what is it? Something like over half the state. I know it's over half the state is public ground, and it might even be more than that because you have a lot of forest.
Right. Oh, it's big time public land
That's what they're having an issue with is, it's going to make it sport for the rich. Well, not really, because that private land already, you have to pay to get on. I mean, I don't know too many places. You find that gem once in a while where you get on, but that's it.
Yeah, all right. Let's not give the whole story away, but yeah,
I can tell you this.
And another one, Clay, if you want to hit on this week, that 223 one I sent you, I think let's you and me break that down next Wednesday, because there's new 223 ammo out, higher velocity, lighter, more powder. Supposedly
that'll be new.
Oh yeah, I mean, in God's cartridge and 9mm, in Drei Nuelak, which is 308 if you don't speak German, and 223 is Zwei Drei. But other than that, Clay, we got another Republican. He's pushing a bill that prohibits state bans on any gun that the federal government doesn't ban. So like states that ban AR-15s and certain magazine limits. If the federal government doesn't do it, you can't do it. Like. I mean, I'm mixed on that. I like the premise, but but then if the feds, I mean, if you like that one, we can do it. I'm sure you got some stuff too.
I'm
but I'm
open
just
to anything. By the way, March 8th coming up.
I mean,
ways out there. 308 Day, March 8th. So keep that in mind. I'm a holiday here at Cat 701, but
actually 223 days coming up before that. So
too bad it isn't like on.
I mean, it's going to be a fun show. Like I said, Mike's going to have Michael. Sorry, Mike. We're going to be on for 2 hours.
It's going to
be fun.
Talk about. I read the article. I seen it before off of Bearing Arms. Cam Edwards, and I like Cam. I actually got along with him real good when.
Awesome guy. Cam Edwards is awesome, man. I listened to him.
On North Dakota.
Actually, the first guy I listened to online about gun shit.
Well,
all right, sorry, Clay. Go
he
ahead.
says it's taking the right approach with combating violent crime. I know what he's talking about with these bills.
Oh yeah, the North Dakota bill. I might have overread you. Go ahead and read that and say that again. I don't think people heard you.
It's a bill coming up in North Dakota to be argued. I'm not sure I'm on board with it.
Yeah, as of right now, I'm not, Clay. I the short amount I skimmed it, but I'm looking forward to. Why don't you? I think you should break that down with Todd.
If we got time, we'll see. I mean, I know I'm on for about 45 minutes, but I'm not.
I mean, if not, whatever. Michael would probably like to talk about it too. But I mean, I think that's going to be a good. We might even generate some calls on that one.
I encourage everybody.
That and the landowner one.
KFYR anytime.
All right, save that for Monday and the landowner one for sure.
Call in.
I want to tweak some people.
By the way, the number is 701-258-0550.
That's all you need to know.
But I will tell you this, on that landowner thing, South Dakota tried this about a decade ago. I remember when because in South Dakota, you don't get a gratis tag, but you can apply for a landowner tag, and you'll get it. But they charge you for that. I think it was half price or so. And they wanted to be able to sell them, and I mean, holy crap. You would have thought that you were asking people to commit, freaking suicide on this. I mean, it was horrible. And they defeated it soundly. They truly did. I mean, we were talking quite a while ago. I look at it this way. If I get a gratis tag, I mean, isn't that my tag? Did they give me that tag to hunt my land? So now, where does it come down? Is that my tag just to hunt my land? Or is it my tag to do with what I please? Because I can transfer it to my kid right now in North Dakota. I can put it in there so that he can get it rather than me if I really wanted to.
Well, if he's got like he's renting from you.
No. If you have now that's if they're 18 or above, but I'm talking a kid under 18 years.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, my dad wanted to turn his antelope tag over to me, and they wouldn't.
You have a form of that right here where you can transfer it, but only to an immediate family member like that under the age of 18, that being a child, or if you were the actual guardian of that child, you could do that too. So I don't have an issue with it. I think it should be whatever I want to do with it. But a lot of people,
I guarantee we're gonna piss somebody off with it. And I hope go ahead and call in and disagree. I want to know your reasoning, because I think if you don't agree with that, I think your mind's not right there in that particular.
And a few of them introduced. It's bunk. It's BS. And if you truly want to shut down land, go ahead and pass that. Go ahead and pass it, because it's going to shut down.
Well, that's what I told him, and he said when it's done, he'd be more than happy. I mean, like I said, when he was talking about that, I was like, Sean, you're going to just piss off landowners, and it's their land.
I'll tell him, North Dakota lockout still exists. I will resurrect it, and we will shut down all of West River, and that's where all the animal stuff is.
We still got the lockout tags on the Breckland there, Mercer County,
there,
baby.
there's my, I got my bumper sticker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll fire up your little guys in the basement. We'll get some more of them printed out.
We ended up being one of the most effective tools by just getting people the access to buy the signs and putting them up. I still see. Hell, I was over on the way far western side over by Marmouth. And I couldn't believe it. Like, holy crap! There's a lot of North Dakota lockout signs over here. They're still there.
Mm-hmm.
So, we got a couple good shows coming up. Like I said, Friday 8:15 Central, 7:15 Mountain in the morning.
There's nothing to talk about in the gun world
at
today.
all. Nothing. No, we were told that by a guy over there by 12 on a competing station who's no longer on the air. From what I hear. But anyway, we are still here. We're still going strong. And I will say it's kind of cool seeing our stuff pop up in these searches. I've noticed it too. Whether it's on even on YouTube, I'm starting to see it. But on Rumble, it's really seeing it. They're advertising on there, and there we go. Dan Brown. I always love it. Dan's always on top of it.
Thank you, Dan.
Country code 62.1-2-10.5 appears to allow hunting and shooting of non-game species from your vehicle. There we have it. Perfect. Thank you, Dan. We might have to bring Dan a mug just for doing that. We're going to bring you one of our olive green water bottles. And he's a loyal listener right there. Dan, you just got yourself a new water bottle. So,
unless you win, then you're not getting one in the shoot Saturday.
But looking forward to the shoot on Saturday. We'll discuss that on Monday again. We'll be on with Michael Bell. By the way, that's 2 hours we're going to be on with him now. That's 9 a.m. Central and 8 a.m. Mountain Time.
2 hour show we can be on. And hey, because you know why? Not because Clay and I remember Mike said people love it when we come on, and he loves having us on. We have a good time and get some good info out, Second Amendment community, and then just good North Dakota. And it's going to be fun. And by the way, we're videoing everything Saturday. We haven't done a video in a while. People are like, well, how come there's no videos on 701? Guns on 7? Because the weather's actually been complete shit. Yeah, Clay was down fishing. We had a good short on there. And but I mean, as far as like gun reviews or something, the weather's been shit. It was super cold. Oh, you wimp, JD. Yeah, we get the wind cold and the wind blowing 20. Not very conductive and to shooting. So, but Saturday's looking good. We're gonna, everybody shows up. I'm gonna ask them what kind of gun they're using, their optic, their ammo, and we're gonna get them shooting from their shooting position there from the truck. Like we always do up here.
I can bring my grain truck up. We can shoot from that. But
it's gonna be fun. When we're done, we'll probably do some shooting. But yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
Looking forward to it.
It's gonna be a good day.
I went ice fishing last week. We caught a few, and that little video you made was pretty cool. It was just a couple clips I had. And I had a lot of good. You know what? I got to go out and do some fishing and spend some time with some old high school classmates. We stay in touch. And we're sitting there going, you know what? At our point in life, why aren't we getting together doing something? So we made it happen.
Right. Oh, you got to do that, man.
Cabin down there by Pactola. I mean, that thing was fabulous. It was on an Airbnb, which I know they're coming, but that's where we found it.
Oh, they are. I didn't even know that.
So yeah, it was a nice time. The people there were fantastic. We had a great time out there fishing. I needed that. I'm glad we went out and did it. Left on Thursday, got back home on Sunday. It was fantastic.
It looked like some beautiful country down there too. The lake you guys are fishing on looked awesome. And
I love the hills. I wouldn't want to live there, but I do love going down there. If I had to live down there, I'd have to go to Southern. Yeah, I can tell you that.
I'm the same way with mountains or Black Hills. Fun to visit to me, but to live there, I'm just a prairie guy, man. As much as I don't like wind, it's just, that's where I am.
And it's funny. There's wind there. Actually, it's worse because it's funneled through them valleys.
Yeah. Oh, I've been on Terry Peak. It down there blew me off the top of it skiing. So
it's been a long time. We talked about that because that's the group that we always went to Terry Peak, and I haven't literally done that since high school. So 30 plus years.
Harney Peak's actually the tallest point there. But
get this. I guess there's a petition to rename that back to Harney Peak like it should be being there. Biden changed.
Really? Oh, I didn't know they changed it.
elk something. Yeah, piss off. It's Harney Peak. It's always going to be Harney Peak. Yeah.
Shit. Bear Butte, still Bear
Oh, yeah,
Butte.
the Indians are okay with that.
All right. Well, I climbed Bear Butte too.
After
So
they burned half of it down, all the trees on the side. But
yeah. Well, when I was there back in that was mid '80s around. I mean, there was a big fire there, and half of it was burned up then
they
too.
were
So
up there
yeah, you get to the top of there, observation.
It was the Indians that were on top of there, and they let a fire get away. It was dry as hell that year.
Yeah. Bear Butte's that's pretty cool. I mean, but you get up there. I mean, you're above the. I mean, there was clouds floating below us, and I mean, I don't know if I climbed it now. I'd probably be huffing and puffing when I got to the top.
I've got some pretty cool pictures of that with the clouds right there, about 2/3 up, and the peak is. It's a tall.
And just in the middle of nowhere, it just erupts out of nowhere, right? Okay. I mean, because that's kind of a volcanic area. Or it was at some point, and that's what kind of created the Black Hills.
Well, it's cool
because the Black Hills is the highest point between the East Coast Mountains and the Rocky Mountains. That's the highest point, and easily the highest point.
I like it now this time of year. I go down there. I've always went down there a lot in the fall and the winter because there's no people left. All the tourists are gone, and there's some great deals when you're traveling at that time of year.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I've been down there winter and summer. I love going down there. It's an awesome
gambler, but there's a lot to do in Deadwood. There's a lot of history in Deadwood, and I like the historical part.
Right.
NRA, we funded a big exhibit at that museum. So I encourage you to go to that big museum there, just off of the arena, from the rodeo arena, and check it out because we sponsored that exhibit in there, and it's still there. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yep.
Really. Okay, well, NRA's dead, Clay, so.
I still love the NRA. I still think it's viable.
Oh, yeah.
They're making some huge changes. And, you've naysayers that always are bad at the NRA. Generally, have never been even on them.
Listen to Clay Friday. He's going to tell you what he's talking about.
Yep, elect a new NRA.
Because instead of just bitching about something, you get a chance to, instead of being a gumshoe and bitching about it, not being a member and voting, you can be a member and change the way they. I mean, Doug Hamlin's the new head of the vice. I don't know how the vice president's the head of the NRA.
Well,
but he is.
It's an executive. Executive vice president.
But yeah, he's Doug Hamlin. He's got big ideas of changing. Former Marine. I can't remember what else he'd around, but I mean, you ever listen to the guy talk? He sounds like he's got his head on straight. I mean, sincerely, wants to get the NRA back to what it was before. And Uncle Wayne was good most of the time, and he just he got off the rails there for a while, man. And sucks, but
I say it's time for him to retire, and I truly believe that. Yep. He was really good, but it was time for him to retire. And Craig Hayland is on there. He's a good friend of mine. He was an NRA rep, former Marine. He's out of Indiana. And he ran for the board, and he also sits in the Indiana legislature. And Craig and I still talk a lot about it. I still am in very good contact with a lot of the reps that are still there that were there when I was with them. It's not true that I just disappeared. My absence is over-exaggerated. I got a lot of friendships out there. I was there a long time, and I've kept those. And so I've had a pretty good understanding of what's going on. Not everything, but I think there's some great things coming, and I'm happy.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, Clayton.
With that, everybody. You know what? With everything going on, and my sister's fiance is in the hospital. He's facing open heart surgery tomorrow, so I'm just going to do a small little prayer tonight, and hopefully everybody will also join us on that. Lord, thank you for the beautiful days that we enjoyed today. Please watch over Larry as he goes into surgery tomorrow for quadruple bypass surgery. He's about my age, and I know that you'll be with him every step of the way. Give the doctors the strength, give them the know-how to perform the surgery, and bring them all back to us. Also, Lord, we want to thank you for this beautiful country, the way it's turning around, for the rights that we enjoy and were given by you to us. We thank you for everything that you guide us through. In your name we pray. Amen. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope that's okay.
Amen.
I felt we needed that tonight, And yeah, I think we need to thank God every day. He had a big hand in President Trump being able to come in and try and fix things. He really did. Oh, by the way, I had to put this
Clay,
up.
yeah,
New hat. Right there's one of them. I don't think.
Hey, yeah.
And there's the other one. So we
they're good looking hats, man.
I want one of the orange ones myself. So yeah, we're gonna have to get.
Oh yeah, I'll bring some out there to Brain Bucket and the Camos. I'll have them loaded up.
Listen in on Friday morning, 7:15 Mountain,
Kinda do.
15 Central. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to being up there Saturday. I'm gonna see you on Saturdays.
Looking forward to it, brother. It's gonna be fun.
Keep your powder dry.